Integrated Bar of the Philippines, 27th Board of Governors, Office of the National Director for Communications. Sabi niya, okay, official statement on what constitute a legitimate quorum for the Senate to conduct official business. Ito yung mga katanungan ko, okay? Paano naging beyond the coercive power si Bato natawag nga siya ng SP? Si Estrada naman nakakulong. Motion nga lang sabi ni Attorney Falsis. Nakakalito lang po with all due respect. Kaninong opinion kaya ito? Kasi nga pag titignan nyo mga kabatas natin, wala namang signatory. Office of the National Director for Communications. So ito yung National Director for Communications. Bakit wala siyang pirma? Unahin muna natin ito. Like I explained to you kanina, so hindi ko na uulitin para mabilis na tayo. Okay? Sabi niya dito, official statement of what constitute a legitimate quorum for the Senate to conduct official business. Tulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo, hindi to IBP as the IBP. Okay? Office of the National Director for Communications yan. Yung nag-issue. Ngayon, tulad din ng sinasabi ko, even if this is the National Director for Communications, dapat pinirmahan niya yan at sinabi niya na yan ang kanyang opinion. Because he cannot, with all due respect, make an opinion about this one because the IBP is composed of all the lawyers in the Philippines. With all due respect. I'm telling that with all due respect. Okay. Article 6, Section 16, 2 of the 1987 provides that a majority of each house shall constitute a quorum to do business, but a smaller number may adjourn from day to day and may compel the attendance of absent members in such manner and under such penalties as such house may provide. Bakit maganda pag-usapan natin dito? Kasi babasahin natin yung full text. Tapos magpipivot tayo kay Lexitari. Tingnan natin kung mali siya. Okay? As to how quorum is determined, the Supreme Court already decided this issue in the 1949 landmark case of Avellino versus Cuenco by interpreting a provision with identical wordings in Article 6, Section 10.2 of the 1935 Constitution, which provided that ito rin ang problema ko dito. They have identical wordings, but they have different compositions. A majority of each house will constitute a quorum to do business, but a smaller number. Inulit lang yung nasa taas. The Supreme Court explained that if the rump session was not a continuation of the morning session, was it validly constituted? In other words, was there the majority required by the Constitution for the transaction of the business of the Senate? Was there? Basahin ko na mamaya. Ito ba yung full text? Was there the majority required, okay, by the Constitution for the transaction of business of the Senate? Justice Parasperia, Pablo, and Bengson say there was. Firstly, because the minutes say so. Secondly, because at the beginning of such session, there were at least 14 senators, including Senators Pendatun and Lopez. Titignan nyo dito kasi mga kabatas natin, kung babasahin nyo rin na maayos, pati dito sa opinion ng IBP daw. Ewan ko kung IBP talaga ito. Like I told you, walang pirma. Okay? Nung nag-umpisa sila ng session, there were at least 14 senators, including Senators Pendatun and Lopez. Ibig sabihin, they started the session with a quorum. Doon pa lang magkaiba na. Ito, doon sa nangyari sa 2026. Walang quorum to begin with dito sa 2026. Doon pa lang makikita nyo na hindi applicable itong kasong ito. Like I told you, no? We will admit. No. We will provide us true without admitting lahat ng sinasabi nila. Okay? No, the beginning of such session, there were at least 14 senators, including Senators Pendatun and Lopez. And thirdly, tignan nyo yung pa yung tignan nyo. Sinabi ng minutes, Tapos second, the beginning of such session, there were at least 14 senators, including Senators Pendaton and Lopez. And thirdly, because in view of the absence from the country of Senator Thomas Confessor, 12 senators constitute a majority of the Senate of 23 senators. When the Constitution declares that a majority of each House shall constitute a quorum, the House does not mean all the members. Even a majority of all the members constitute the House. Okay, meron siyang citation. Kinuha ito doon sa sa full text, okay? There is a difference between a majority of all members of the House and the majority of the House. The latter requiring less number than the first. Like I told you before, kasi mga kabatas natin, 1935 Constitution and 1987 Constitution are totally different. Bakit sila magkaiba? Kasi nga, yung 1935 Constitution, yung senators, number of senators, they are flexible. Paiba-iba. Iba rin ang election nila. Okay? Iba rin yung election. Kasi nga, 1/3 every 2 years. Sa 1987 Constitution, fixed at 24. Tapos, half every 3 years. Oh. Sabi dito, therefore, an absolute majority of all the members of the Senate, less than one, constitute constitutional majority of the Senate for the purpose of a quorum. Mr. Justice Pablo believes furthermore that even if the 12 did not constitute a quorum, they could have ordered the arrest of one, at least, of the absent members. If one had been arrested, there would be no doubt quorum then. Basahin lang natin itong ginamit nila kasi na citation. Tapos pupunta tayo sa full text mamaya para masaya. Okay? Ito yung sinasabi na pwedeng ipa-aresto. Ito rin yung sinasabi ni Falsis na pwedeng mag-motion lang doon sa korte tapos dadalhin na si Jinggoy doon. There would be no doubt quorum then. And Senator Cuenco would have been elected just the same in as much as there would be 11 for Cuenco, 1 against, and 1 abstained. 1 abstained. Bakit abstained? Kung kunwari, itong si Jinggoy Estrada ay pinatawag sa Senado, tandaan nyo, nasa jurisdiction pa rin ng Senate yan kasi senador pa rin siya. Huwag kayong maniwala kay anong tawag doon? Falsis. Huwag kayong maniwala kay Falsis na wala na sa jurisdiction yan. Wala na sa jurisdiction ng Senate si Estrada kapag hindi na siya senador. Hanggang senador siya, nandun pa rin siya sa jurisdiction ng Senate. And the Senate can still require him to attend. Even only simply for constituting a quorum. Okay? In fine, all the 4 justices agree that the court, being confronted with the practical situation that of the 23 senators who may participate in the Senate deliberations in the days immediately after this decision, 12 senators will support Senator Cuenco. At most, 11 will side with Senator Abilino. Tignan natin kung saang parte ng ng desisyon tulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo. It would be most injudicious to declare the latter as the rightful president of the Senate, that office being essentially one that depends exclusively upon the will of the majority of the senators. The rule of the Senate about tenure of the president of that body being amendable at any time by the majority and at any session thereafter held with 13 or more senators. In order to avoid all controversy arising from the divergence of opinion here about quorum and for the benefit of all concerned, the said 12 senators who approved the resolutions herein involved could ratify all the acts and thereby place them beyond the shadow of doubt. Yung palabok na lang yung dulo. Pero ito ang pinaka-obvious dyan. Okay? Yung each member of the House, yung sinasabi niya dito, di ba? Tingnan niyo dito. Ito, this is about the election of a Senate President. Diba? And the quorum. Dito ngayon, sa 2026, mga kabatas natin, it's very precise that all members of the Senate, Okay? All members of the Senate should be counted in determining majority. Pag magpapalit ka ng Senate President, you need majority. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, there is no way that with the 12 na replace nila si Cayetano. Sa tingin ko naman, kahit, sabi ko nga, kahit sino ka-debate ko, please, debate tayo. Abogado ka, kahit lahat kayo, basta kontra kayo sa akin, debate tayo. Abelino versus Cuenco case. Mainstream media, Billionaire News Channel, kahit sino dyan. Let's go. DCMM, let's go. Debate tayo. Call all of them. Para magkaharapan at magkaalaman. Hindi yung ganito, nag-iimbento-imbento na lang sila. Diba? Pero ito, tignan muna natin ha. Oh. This Abelino ruling emphasizes a practical approach. The Constitution should be interpreted in a way that allows the Senate to function and not to be blocked by the absence of members who cannot realistically be made to attend. Sige. In the Senate session of June 3, 2026, the Abelino Doctrine is applicable in relation to the determination of quorum despite the physical presence of only 12 senators. One senator cannot be compelled to attend the session because he is detained in relation to a non-bailable offense. Why can't he be compelled? Alam nyo mga kabatas natin, no? Contrary to the pinklawan, yung sinasabi ng mga most pinklawan lawyers, na mas mahirap paatenin si Estrada. Mas madaling paatenin si Estrada. Bakit? Si Estrada nasa poder o kustudiya ng korte. Hingiin mo lang sa korte. Dalhin niyo po si Estrada dito para magkaroon kami ng quorum. That will happen. I highly doubt if the court will deny such request. Tapos may nagsabi doon, it will take 1 month daw, at least 1 month. Hindi siya abogado for sure. It will take at least 1 month daw para daw ma-approve yung motion. No! Napakasimple lang yan. Nakita nyo yung ginawa kay Curly Diskaya. Basta mga Diskaya. At kung sino man yung mga nandoon. Si Mayor. Yung Chinese spy daw na Mayor. Kinausap lang yung korte. Nagpadala lang ng invitation yung Senate. Dinala ng Sergeant at Arms. Tapos sinabi ng korte, okay, makaka-attend siya dyan next week. Mas madaling i-compel si Estrada na umattend kesa kay Bato. Sila baliktad. Si Alice Guo, di ba recall? Si Alice Guo, sila baliktad. Hindi mo na daw mapapa-attend itong si Estrada. Oh my God. You can arrest Bato de la Rosa. Mas mahirap yon kung ayaw niyang umattend kasi magtatago lang siya. Pero it is still within the coercive power of the state because he is still under the jurisdiction of the Philippines. Crazy, right? Like I told you, debate tayo. Para harapan, katulad nung nangyari sa amin ni Palsis. Ang daming beses na may nakakulong, ni-request ng Senate, dumating kahit anumang kaso. Senador pa kaya? If only to constitute a quorum. Tandaan niyo yung pag-aresto na yun, involuntary din yung pagpunta nila doon. Pag inaresto ang isang senador para mag-constitute ng quorum, dadalhin siya doon, pauupuin lang siya doon, bibilangin lang siya para magkaroon lang ng quorum. That's it. Si Bato, of course, nasa coercive power siya. Mas mahirap lang siyang hatake, magpakita kasi kailangan mong arestuhin. Pero that's the very point of the justices here. Pwede nyong arestuhin yan. Hindi mo na nga kailangang arestuhin si Estrada eh. Tapos sinasabi nila, hindi, si Estrada, wala na. My God, anong klaseng pag-iisip yan? Diba? O, tignan nyo. Oh. One senator cannot be compelled to attend the session because he is detained in relation to a non-bailable offense. Bakit mo nasabi yun? Ang daming nakadetain based on a non-bailable offense, naka-attend sila sa Senate because of a mere subpoena. While another senator cannot be found, as in fact, his whereabouts appear to be unknown since May 11, 2026. So pag you cannot be found, ibig sabihin, you are beyond the coercive power of the Senate. Tandaan nyo, si Bato de la Rosa, ang ginawa lang sa kanya, tinawagan lang ni Cayetano umattend na. Diba? Kaya nga tinawag sa roll call si Bato at si Estrada. Ito yung sinasabi. Ito yung sinasabi ni Justice Leonie na polemical. Hindi ka magbibigay ng dahilan kung bakit siya beyond the coercive power of the Senate. Because if you will reason out, you will be reasoning against your self. Therefore, these two senators are considered as beyond the reach of the Senate and cannot be compelled to attend its sessions. Nag-conclude ka na lang without even explaining. Diba? As such, they were excluded from the count of members used to determine the quorum. Nope. They should be included. Kasi nga, the roll call, there was a roll call before the declaration of a quorum. They were included. They were included in the roll call. They were counted. But despite of the fact that they were absent, or despite of the fact that it's still 24, the number is still 24, 22 na lang yung naging basihan nila. With their exclusion, the total number of senators considered available was 22. And why did you say they are available? What's the distinction between the absent members who are not Bato de la Rosa? Impento na lang eh. 12 senators therefore constituted the majority of those available, and thus a valid quorum was constituted for the Senate to conduct official business. In short, the Senate session of June 3, 2026 was lawful and valid following the Abelino Doctrine because a quorum of 12 senators was constituted. Without explaining how. And the coercive power, you just concluded that they are beyond the coercive power. When in fact, I explained to you already, ang daming beses. At ang daming paraan para mapupunta nyo sila doon. Ipatawagan nyo kay Cayetano. Di ba? All acts, resolutions, and decisions made by the Senate during its session on June 3, 2026 are presumed to be official acts of the Philippine Senate following the presumption of regularity in the discharge of its official functions. It must be, of course, on its face regular first before you can say presumption of regularity.